All right, we need to talk about Ruben Amorim. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. Ayuna Guru here. So, in today's video, we need to talk about Ruben Amorim. Have Manchester United made a wrong hire? Have we got the wrong guy? That is the question. And in this video, we're going to examine whether that is true or not. Genuinely, I am asking a serious question. That is it. I'm not here calling for the manager to be sacked. I'm not over here screaming, sack the manager. But I'm asking a genuine question. Have Manchester United hired the wrong guy? Let's look at the facts. This man has managed 22 games in the Premier League, has lost 11, won 6. That is not a great form. That is disaster. That is literally relegation form. Any other manager under these circumstances would have been sacked. So is Ruben Amorim way over his head, or is it legitimate when people say that he doesn't have his own players? Because that is the main argument people use to defend the manager, is that he does not have his own players. Therefore, his system will not work. All of those is a valid point to be made. I understand those points, that you need to give a manager opportunity to buy his own players. But the point of making a change mid-season is that you expect the manager to come in and at least give a morale boost to the team, lift their spirit, make sure the one that were off the bench, you bring them into the fold. So where is that manager bounce that most people usually get? Because I look at this team, beside ball possession, I don't know what has improved since Ruben Amorim took over. Genuinely, what has improved since Ruben Amorim took over beside ball possession? Because we are conceding more goals, remarkably, with less shot face. Under Ten Hag, it was that we were conceding too many shots, but somehow we were conceding less goals than now. We are scoring even less, considering that our attack was pretty much abysmal under Ten Hag. It's worse now under Ruben Amorim. So we're not winning, we're not scoring goals, we're conceding more goals, but we're keeping more possession. How does that translate to this manager being successful? For those who truly believe that this manager will turn it around and make us great, what evidence do you have that backed up the claim that this is the guy? Because right now, he's not giving us anything to believe in that he is the guy for the future. There is not a shred of evidence that suggests that there is hope at the end of the tunnel. There is light at the end of the tunnel. We're just blindly following this direction. This is like, what do you call it? Blind faith that they might turn it around. Again, I'm not calling for Ruben Amorim to be sacked. I just want the fan base to have a realistic conversation, because this manager has not shown, at least to me, that things will change. And I don't expect every single manager to always get all the players he wants to play his system. That's not how it works. Not everybody get every single thing they need. Unless you're Pep Guardiola, not everybody need to stick to their one system, because only Pep Guardiola has succeeded sticking to one idea. Nobody else. Some of the greatest managers to ever coach in this sport, they're some of the best flexible, adaptable managers. Our own great Sir Alex Ferguson did not have a defined playing style. Otherwise, he wouldn't be able to build multiple teams. It's that a style of play is determined by the players he have, or the players that they are bought in. But they did not buy players based on could they fit the system. They buy the players knowing they are great players and that they can mold them to whatever system they want it to be. So you don't have to specialize trait in a single player. That's what Ruben Amorim's system, I feel, is the flaw in his system, is that his system requires specialized profile. And that's a mistake. Manchester United players, as much as people like to crap on them, they are not this bad. They are not 14 players bad. So where is the where is the coaching? Where is the Ruben Amorim imprint in this team in making them better? Where's the man management? Because some of our strikers, it's not that they don't have skill. It's just they look devoid of confidence, self-belief. I'm supposed to be told this guy is a great man manager. Why are you not working with your striker who could not hit an open ball right now? And the man looked short of confidence. It's up to the coach to breathe confidence into these players, to breathe self-belief in these players. Or am I wrong here in expecting a little bit more from Ruben Amorim than what we got? Am I wrong for expecting a slight improvement from the coach than what we got? Because we ain't got nothing, no improvement whatsoever. And I feel like half of the fan base is just resigned to losing the Premier League games, hoping that we can salvage something through the Europa. And that's not how it's supposed to be. This manager was brought in because we were only 4 points off top four. That's why the change was made, is so he can come in and maybe we can make Champions League. That's why he was brought in, because we were 4 points off top four. Now we are 20 points off top four in a worse league than last year. And somehow there's some people out there, big account, that like to convince people that last season was worse than it seemed. When in reality, last season was a much stronger Premier League, and we finished only 8 points behind top four, which was Aston Villa. And Erik ten Hag did not have a functional defense, let alone goal scorers. He managed to get 10 goals out of Højlund. He managed to get 8 goals out of Garnacho. But his biggest problem last season wasn't that we couldn't score enough goals, is that his defense was decimated. He didn't have anybody fit. But he managed to finish 8th, and everybody deemed it unacceptable, to the point that he lost his job 9 games into the following season. This manager come in, lost 11 games, and we're not expecting something from him? We're not expecting a slight improvement from him? Name a single player that has improved under him. Because everybody like to point to Amad Diallo. Amad Diallo did not improve. Amad Diallo merely just got a chance to play. And if you think I'm lying, watch Amad Diallo against Ruben Van Nistelrooy when he was interim manager for those 3 games, how good he was. He merely just got an opportunity to play. Other people like to point Xerxes. Xerxes is a striker who barely scored goals, and we counting that as improvement. A striker that score every 2 months, and we say, oh, he has improved under this manager. In fact, everybody has regressed it under this manager. So, again, where is the evidence that many of you guys so much believe in that he will turn it around? Where is the evidence? Because I'm not seeing the evidence that this will turn around. And my absolute biggest fear is that we're going to repeat what happened last year again. We're going to spend so much money on this coach and then turn around and sack him when things don't improve dramatically next season. And we will back in the same cycle again. Because you guys did not listen to your sporting director, who you spent so much time chasing. And then when they disagree with your CEO, you guys fired him and cite chemistry issue. Well, it turned out that Dan Ashworth was right all along. You can't go from one system to a dramatic system and expect the players to perform in the same way. Or are you planning to buy an entire squad or an entire starting 11 for next season? Because that would be the only thing that makes logical sense, is that let's just mail this season in. Next season will be better because we're going to get 11 new players for this coach that will play in his system. Because if that's not the case, I should expect at least few improvement from certain players that might be here next season, that he might rely on next season. But I'm not seeing that. So if I'm wrong, leave your thought on the comment below. And please don't forget to hit like and subscribe on this video. Please share it. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. This has been Devil Advocate.